Yes, people, welcome back to DR Sports. It's AGT outside Anfield, right? The voice of football's most famous stand is the Kop. And tonight we've seen the Kop and the rest of the stadium carry Liverpool over the line in a 2-0 victory against Manchester City, 4 days after beating the European champions at Anfield. Liverpool now beating the current reigning English champions at Anfield. And from outside the stadium, I can tell you, the Reds are jubilant. It's all spilled out into the bars. The songs have carried on into the night. The Reds are top of the league, 11 points. Guardiola, Guardiola, we're top and they don't like it. That's been ringing around as well. The fans have been jubilant ever since this full whistle came, because this was the biggest game of Liverpool's Premier League season at home for sure. Definitely in the last 3 to 5 years. Obviously Arsenal was in that bracket as well, but in terms of a shootout, a real title going team, this is the game that you must win if you're going to go on and win the title in many seasons that's been and gone. So for Liverpool to actually get the win for the first time since 2.5 years against Manchester City sends a big statement out to the rest of the league. Yes, it's helped that Liverpool are playing Manchester City on the back of 5 defeats and a draw, but at the same time, with the quality that's on the pitch, the Haalands, the Fodens, the De Bruynes who obviously came on, the defence is all multi-million pound worth of defenders. The midfield still has, you know, quality in there, but to just dismiss it and dominate the game from minute 1 to 90, which Liverpool did, is still super impressive, even with the lack of form. Now listen, Liverpool at the same time come into this game with that monkey on their back. They haven't beaten Manchester City for 2.5 years, but from minute 1, Liverpool were on it. They didn't give City any chances. The chances that they did get were limited, and Liverpool really, if they had their shooting boots on, would have won this 3-4 or even 5-0, maybe even 6 if they were up for it. But you obviously take the 2-0 in the end. It's actually what I predicted on the Kop TV of Big Steve earlier on in the week. So to actually get the 2-0, to get 11 points clear of Manchester City on December the 1st is wild. It's unprecedented. Who has ever been this far? Maybe Liverpool in 1920 can look towards, you know, pulling away as the start of the year turns, and January and February, after that really difficult result and sort of period of fixtures is over, maybe towards the end of the new year, to be fair, then Liverpool can look towards to start pulling away potentially. And I will say it, on DR Sports, I've held it back a little bit. Robbie wants chest, Abby wants chest, Flex wants chest, Cecil wants chest when he's on the show. Matisse wants me to pronounce Liverpool as the champions elect. And I'm not going to lie to you, I've always said, if we beat City at Anfield, then you might get something from me. Well, guess what, right? It's the 1st of December, pinch punch, 1st of the month, and all that stuff. We're outside the ground, and we have just beaten Manchester City, so guess what? We're going to do it. Liverpool will now win the Premier League. And I've tweeted it, I've put it on wax, it's on video now as well. I can't run away from it anymore. At this stage, if Liverpool don't win the league, I'll be extremely disappointed. An 11-point gap against Manchester City on December the 1st, 8 points ahead of Arsenal, knowing that they've got to come to Anfield as well. I never thought I'd say this at the start of the season. It was wild to even think that, predict it. Liverpool really were hoping for a top 4 finish and maybe a good cup run under the new manager. We thought there would be time to adjust, assist the new playing style, but it's just clicked like that. And we're 20 games into the season, probably a third of the season into it now. Let's say we play 60 games in all comps this season with trophies and cups. We're a third of the way through. This isn't a fluke anymore. This isn't a coincidence. Liverpool are winning and winning and winning. Milan, Madrid, Manchester City, Chelsea, a draw against Arsenal, and yes, a loss against Nottingham Forest, of course. But right now, Arnie Slot's Reds are flying. So Liverpool fans in the chat, how confident are you of a trophy, at least one, at the end of the season under this new manager? And where would that rank in terms of successes for a first manager in his first season at the club? Standing outside Anfield now, people are still celebrating this win tonight against Man City. Probably some people still celebrating the win against Madrid out here. But again, walk past. He's just said, we're fucking shaking our watch, lads. And Liverpool are. Any test that gets put in front of them, they keep winning. Tapping toes. Can't wait till Liverpool's bubbles burst. All these other fans that are waiting for it to finish. At this stage, we just keep going. It might not be 4 or 5. We might still need to work on their clinicalness and bury games earlier without having a nervy finish, a 3 or 4 or 5 or a 6-0. But we keep dealing with the test that's in front of us. And right now Liverpool are top of the league and the Champions League as well. Man City, they barely created anything, and after 6 defeats out of 7, is it time to now rule them out of the title race? Let me know. But as a Liverpool fan, standing outside of here, I have to say, someone said to me earlier, it's a bit like the Manchester United game in 1920 when Liverpool won that game and then went on to win the league. It has feelings of that tonight. If you beat the current champions so convincingly, you have to have belief that Liverpool are going to win the Premier League, right? Smash that like button, let's get your comments in. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow 12:30 with the weekend roundup show. Big win for Arsenal, big win for Manchester United as well. Tottenham, did they win? I don't even know the score. Did they win?
I don't know if Tottenham won.
You don't know? Fair enough. Well, that's how irrelevant they are. But you'll get it all at 12:30 on DR Sports tomorrow with myself, Robbie and all the gang. In terms of a man of the match, I think Conor Bradley's absence made Trent just be forced into the limelight. He's had no time to really get his taste for it in training. Obviously he's come straight back into a title deciding game, but he's used to these big moments, he's used to these big challenges against tricky wingers. There was a couple of moments tonight where maybe Doku, when he came on, or earlier on, he got twisted up a little bit, but I fully expect him to start now against Newcastle and Everton. So I have to say, a little bit of I mean, listen, it was a good performance. Liverpool kept a clean sheet. He's a part of that defence, but at the same time, there was a couple of iffy moments. But I'm sure with time and minutes in the legs, that will improve. I have to shout out Kevin Kelleher. I mean, Expressions calls me the C-Tech Kelleher. That boy continues to surprise and shush the doubters. I mean, imagine having Alisson out. For me, Kevin Kelleher is not only Liverpool's best ever number 2, and it's disrespectful to even call him that. He's maybe in form right now, one of the top 5 goalkeepers in the world, if not top 3. He's unbelievable, and that save, the one-on-one after Van Dijk's mistake, proves his clutchness for Liverpool. That's what Alisson does as well. Queeving did it tonight, so he's man of the match for me. Obviously the goal scorers in Cody Gakpo deserve a massive mention. 2 goals and 2 against Man City and now Real Madrid, so shout out to Cody Gakpo. And obviously the other goal scorer with Salah getting that kind of monkey off his back from missing that penalty in midweek to putting one away. He gets the goal and the assist, so technically Mo Salah deserves it. But Virgil van Dijk, how many times now has he locked up Haaland? Hasn't had a sniff at Anfield whenever he's played us. He's been quiet. It was Joe Gomez a couple of years ago. It was Van Dijk today who marshalled that defence. And even with Konate out, Gomez comes in and deals with the problems in front of him very, very cleanly. For Man City, I'm so surprised. Very little action in terms of their end. Barely any shots. And Liverpool just dealt with everything. So as much as Man City were poor, you have to credit Liverpool for continuing that winning run at Anfield, and they are 11 points clear.